Hey guys, welcome back to the draft review. It's been a while, but we have finally made it to the position that is the deepest in the 2019 class, the defensive ends. This draft is going to be very heavily defensive centered, and that will be led by all of the defensive ends being drafted. So without further ado, let's get into these rankings. First off, I would like to say that there were some really good players that had to get left off this list because of how deep this class is. While making the list at number 5 is Brian Burns. This man is an animal coming off the edge, recording 23 sacks in his time with the Seminoles with 10 from 2018. He has solid production from during his college career. The reason he is 5th on my list, though, is because while he may have that prototypical height at 6'5", he only weighs 231 pounds. If he can get his weight up and still play at a high level, which is a big question mark, he will be a monster in the NFL. At number 4, I have Jachai Polite. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. I'm not exactly sure how to say it. But Polite was relatively quiet in his first 2 seasons at Florida. He combined for just 4 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. And then everything clicked. He racked up 11 sacks and 5 forced fumbles in 2018 with the Gators and was a force for their 9-3 season. My biggest concern is consistency. Was this just a 1-year fluke, or was this for real? He is also a bit undersized, which will hurt him a bit during the evaluation process, but even with a few small question marks, a team will take him pretty high and he'll get a chance to compete because teams care about potential. At number 3, I have Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat started his career off at Michigan State before being kicked out of the program for doing drugs. He found his way to Mississippi State, where he has done nothing but wreak havoc in the backfield. He has 22 sacks from his time at Mississippi State, which shows his ability to get after the quarterback. There's only 2 things weighing him down. One, as I mentioned, were the red flags that I talked about earlier with him doing drugs and getting kicked out of the Michigan State program. And number 2 is his lean build. He is 6'6", which is great height, and that's what you want to see for an NFL edge rusher, but only 241 pounds, which will be a problem for most teams. If he can stay out of trouble and maybe add a few pounds, I think he can have a long and successful NFL career. For number 2, I have Clelin Ferrell. Clelin Ferrell is definitely the best prospect on that stacked Clemson defensive line. He has been a contributor since he got on the field, racking up 26 sacks and 158 total tackles in the 3 years he's played at Clemson. He is not a 1-year wonder, which helps lower the chance of any sort of bust status. He would probably be the top of his class in almost any year, but this year there's also a Bosa in the draft, which leads me to number 1. At number 1, as I said earlier, is Nick Bosa. This man is a monster. He has the modern prototypical size that you want at the edge position, and he has the football genes in his blood. Everybody knows his brother Joey, who the Chargers took 3rd overall in 2016, and what kind of havoc he wreaks in the backfield for the Chargers. Nick also has the production from college. He was on a tear in 2018 through 3 games with 4 sacks until he injured his core. He decided to sit out the rest of the college season to prepare for the combine, but when he's healthy, everyone knows what he can do. This man is a once-in-a-generation talent. As long as he checks out medically at the combine, he should come off the board not only as the first defensive end taken, but as the top overall pick. So that about wraps up my defensive ends rankings. If you have made it this far, thanks for the support. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, but most importantly, share this video. Get the word out. Let's try to get this video to 100 views in 2 weeks or less. Also, on a side note, my wide receiver rankings are done, so you can expect a video for that very soon. Let me know in the comments what position you would like to see reviewed after that. Thanks for watching.